Hi guys, today we are solving a medium question which is 2 keys keyboard. This has been asked by Google, Facebook and a lot of other companies. Let's read the problem statement. There is only one character A on the screen of a notepad. You can perform 2 operations on this notepad for each step. The 2 steps are copy all. That means you can copy all the characters present on the screen. Partial copy is not allowed. The second operation is paste. You can paste the characters which are copied last time. Given an integer n, return the minimum number of operations to get character A exactly n number of times on the screen. So our input will be given n, as we can see here, and we have to return how many number of steps would be required to have that number of A's on the screen by just using copy and paste. The catch here is we have to return the minimum number of operations because the maximum number of operations would be the number itself because we are copying the number and we're pasting that number of times. So if that would have been the question, it would have been very easy. We would just have returned n. But that is not the case. We have to return a minimum number of operations. So while we read this question, we understand that this is not an easy question to go through. So let's analyze some problem statements and examples, test cases. Let's say we have 6 n is equals to 6. So what do we do is we can either have 1A on the screen and we copy it and we paste it 5 times. So the number of operations would be copying once and pasting 5 times. So the number of operations would be 6. So we have one solution which is 6. Now let's find out if there is any number possible which is less than 6. So while we iterate through the present array, that is A. Now if we copy this and we paste this once, we get A, and now the total number of operations is 2 as we copied A once and pasted A once. After that, we can copy this whole thing, that is copying A and pasting it 2 more times because 2 into 3 equals to 6. So 2 once is already present, and if we paste it 2 times more, it will become 6. And the number of operations would become 2 are already the number of operations. And if we copy this again, it would be 3. And then after we paste this twice, number of operations would be 5. So our second solution is 5. After that, we can see we have this test case wherein if we have only A on the screen, this first A, we copy it and we paste twice. So that means the number of operations becomes 3. After that, if we copy this whole thing, a number of operations becomes 4. And if we just paste it once, a number of operations becomes 5. So we have these 3 solutions, wherein we can see that if the number is divisible by the number of A's present on the screen, we can manipulate it and get a lower value. So as we saw, this was when 2 A's were present on the screen, and this was when 3 A's were present on the screen. So as we can see, the number of operations required to have 3 A's on the screen was 3. We took that number from there, and what we did was we copy pasted it 6 minus 3 number of times. That is 2 times. So because 1, 3 was already present, we copy pasted it, and the number of operations became, we pasted it once, and but we copied it once. So our operations were 5. Same here. Let's try to understand it in a better way. When we had 2 A's on the screen, the number of operations were already 2. After that, we checked that 6 divided by 2 equals to 3. But one pair of 2 out of the 3 are already present on the screen. So we copy pasted it twice. So the number of operations became 4. But we also copied the first 2. That is the first pair of A's. So the number of operations became 5. So that is how we calculated this. And this is a DP problem. Let's try to solve this and see if we get it. First, what we're going to do is we're going to have an if check. That is, if n is equals to 1, we return 0 because 1 is already present on the screen according to the problem statement. Then we have another if, that is, this is optional. If 2 is present on the screen, we return 2. Because to make 2, we need 2 operations, that is copying the first A once and pasting it once. Now what we do is we have a DP array of size n plus 1. This is always the basic case in a DP problem, that we initialize an array of size n minus 1, so that we have one extra position at the 0th location, which would be helpful in the calculation further. Now we initialize dp of 1 as 0 and dp of 2 as 2, because that is the case which we have already covered. Now we make a for loop and we iterate through the dp array and we try to fill the dp array such that we get our answer. So we start I with 3. I is less than n, less than equal to n, because we made the array of n plus 1. Now what we're going to do is we're going to increment I. After that, we saw that maximum number of steps required to form ith position. That is, if we had n is equals to 6, the maximum number of operations possible to make 6 was 6. So that is why we are initializing dp of I as I. Now what we're going to do is we are going to have another variable j, wherein we will check j will be I modulus 2. This is the loop where we are going to check the case of numbers such as 6 that we saw in if 6 was divisible by 3, the number of operations required decreased and the solution was optimized further. Again, in the case of 6, we saw that if 6 is divided by 2, the number of operations reduced. So this is what we are doing here. If it is present, that means if I modulus 2 is present, we put it into J, and further on, we're going to follow these steps. We're going to have another while loop inside this, wherein we will check if J is greater than 0. And what we're going to do is we're going to do dp of I equals to math.min, because we have to find the minimum number of steps required to fill that dp of ith position that we saw in the case of 6, which was dp of j plus I by j. So now what we're going to do is, after coming out of this loop, as we just found out our answer, we will do j minus minus and we'll keep looping through. After that, we will just return dp of n. Let's see if this works. Let's try to put a break here and see if it works now. Let's try to run all of the test cases. Let's try to run 6 and 9. Now let's submit it. Okay, let's see what's the error. Let's check it now. I will explain it once it gets submitted. Let's run 5 as well and see if it works. Yes, the solution is accepted. So what we did here was, it is not possible that the number present here will always be divisible by I. Because if it is an odd number, then the integer part of it would be saved here and the decimal part would be ignored. So that to avoid such cases, we are checking one more condition inside the value. That is, if I modulus j equal to 0, that means if j is a factor of I, then only we do the following conditions, or we won't follow the conditions over again. Let's try to submit it now after entering the break here. This would just reduce our test cases and speed up. Yes, our solution is almost half the time speed now. And our solution is accepted. I hope you guys understood, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you.